Let's make the viral ghost spackle sign, but with Ikonart. Here's exactly how we did it. So the first step is to prep our board. This is just a wood canvas board from Amazon, and we're gonna paint the background black. And then I'm gonna take some scrap cardboard and just cut out my ghost shapes. And I'm making a couple different sizes so that my ghosts can be a couple different sizes once I'm adding them with the spackle. So just cut those out and do whatever shapes you want or whatever sizes you want. And then I'm using the DAP Spackle today. I think you can use any spackle brand. This is the one we're using. And you just take your different shapes and add your ghosts, overlaying them over the top of each other. This is pretty self-explanatory. I will say you might have to go over a couple of the ghosts a few times just to get, the coverage and look you want. But just using different sizes, you get this really cute layered look. So while this dries, we'll make our stencil. So the first thing is go to the Ikonart website and grab the artwork. So you just go to the free artwork page, and this is under our fall section, or you can just search in the search bar for Boo and this will come up. But this is free download, so you just scroll on the page down a little bit and click download SVG and it will open in a new window. You just right click that and save it to your desktop. Then open up your artwork graphics editor. We're using Vector today. And I'm opening up an 8.5 by 11 print document because that's the size I'm printing on. And then I'm just going to open up my file. So I import my file into here. So click that button and then open my file. And I'm just going to ungroup this and then delete the parts of the artwork that I don't want. So I'm going to delete those two designs because I don't need them for today. And then I'm going to select the design I want, group it, and resize it to be the size I want. So you can either do this manually and just scale it up like that, or you can use the transform box in the bottom right corner and make it the exact size. So just type in, 6 inches across or whatever your size is, and it'll do that automatically. And then I'm going to just make sure the artwork is black. So to ungroup that, select the color, and yes, that looks good. It's all 100% black, which you want when printing. Group it again, and then I'm going to mirror it or reverse it. This is optional, but I like to do it for my artwork before printing. And now I'll just click print. So I'm going to click the print export button and then print. And then I make sure all my settings are correct, the correct printer. I always make sure my size is set to 100%. And then I open my print dialog box for my printer settings and click on my preferences. I have mine saved as my Ikonart preferences, but here's exactly what I change. I just changed my paper setting, my print quality to as high as I can, my color and intensity to as dark as I can, make sure it's printing in grayscale. And these print settings are going to, differ depending on what printer you're printing on, but this is what I use for my Canon Pixma IX6820. So once I have that all adjusted, I can just click print and we're good to go. So now I'm ready to make my Ikonart stencil. So when making an Ikonart stencil, you don't need to use a full sheet at once. You can cut the sheet down to be the size that you want. So here I'm just cutting my stencil sheet down, and then I put the extra that I'm not using back in the bag, seal the bag, and keep that protected from the light so I can just use it at a different time. All right, now that I have that cut down, I'm just going to layer my stencil. So you want to put your stencil film down first, and you want to put the shiny side down and the texture side facing up. Then your printed artwork on top of it the way you want your stencil to look. So this is so I can read the words. And then the cover sheet over the top, rub that down really good, and then expose. I always expose mine for 35 seconds. Just follow the directions that are in the quick start packet. And you really want to rub down before exposing so that you create a good seal between your artwork and the stencil film. All right, so once that is done exposing, we can just take it to our washout sink. So like I said, I always do 35 seconds. And as you can see here, I'm not working in darkness, but I'm also not letting my stencil film sit out in the light. I'm just going right from exposure right to my sink. I'm going to soak it a little bit. I'm not letting it sit out in the light. If you are having problems or if you have a bright light like UV light coming in from a window, then you may want to do this at nighttime. But other than that, you shouldn't need to work in the dark or anything like that. So here I'm just soaking my stencil in a little bit of warm water. You don't need a lot, just enough to get the stencil wet. And then again, I'm covering it during this soaking process from the light with the clipboard. And I like to soak my stencils for about a minute. If you soak for too much longer than that, you can risk the stencil weakening. And then during washout, parts of the stencil that you don't want to wash away might wash away because it weakened too much by being soaked. But I find 1 minute to be a good sweet spot. And it really does help to speed up the washout process because you're softening the coating, before washing it out. So basically, what's happening is the part of your stencil that was blocked by your artwork is softening in the water right now, and that's the part that's going to wash away. The part that wasn't blocked by artwork got hard under the light, and that part won't wash away. So once a minute is up, you're ready to wash out your stencil. I'm washing out in this little sink today, so I'm actually going to use a speedball mesh frame to wash out my stencil. Here you can see the image kind of starts to appear after you soak it. But anyways, I'm going to use this mesh frame, and that just helps with the overspray. So when I'm like washing out my stencil, anything off my stencil just goes through that mesh. But if you have a bigger sink, you can just use the clipboard that comes in the kit. That works great for washing out your stencil to support it, and then you can like see your design. But I am washing out in real time today so that you can, see how long it takes me. I'm using this flat sprayer. This is our trigger jet nozzle, and it really increases the pressure. I'm using warm water, and as you can see, my washout goes pretty quick. And this is because my artwork printed nice and dark. I exposed for the recommended time. I soaked it in warm water, and I'm using high pressure, nozzle. So all those things help with washout. All right, this looks great. I always take it over to a window just to like inspect it and make sure I really washed out all of the areas before drying it. And this looks really good. I could just leave it right here in the window to dry and, air dry. That might take anywhere from 45 minutes. It just depends on, like how much humidity and temperature of your room. I'm going to use my film dryer. You can also use a food dehydrator on low heat. I always wipe off this excess moisture first before, drying it. And then I'll let this dry like 7 to 10 minutes. After it is completely dry, then I take it out of my dryer and put it back under the light to post expose. This is a really, really easy step to forget, but it's so important to make your stencil more durable for reusing it because Ikonart stencils are reusable and you really want to post expose them for 2 minutes from the top side to make them more durable so that they last you longer. All right, and this is looking good. So now that our stencil is made, we can go ahead and finish our sign. So I'm just going to use the back side of a paintbrush and add these little eyes. These ghosts turned out so cute. I love the texture that the spackle gives. Then I'm just adding my Ikonart stencil, scraping some chalk paste through with a squeegee, and look at that. It turned out so cute. I absolutely love it. My name is Fawn, and I share tips and tricks on how to make and use Ikonart stencils. If you'd like a more in-depth description on why print settings are so important, check out this video right here. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload.